My cat is literally right here. My cat likes to bother me when I'm doing important things, but when I'm not doing anything, no parts. Wants nothing to do with me. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you how I do my base in preparation of doing my eyeshadow. So let's get started. Started to do my base first because I found it made my makeup process a little bit easier. It takes me a couple hours to do my makeup. I'm trying to limit that time down so that way it doesn't take me all day. First thing I do is I wipe my face with a makeup wipe. Burt's Bees Molecular Facial Towelette, the 3-in-1. Here, I'll show you. Taking this makeup wipe and I'm using it to wipe off all the dirt that's on my face right now. All over. This is so dirty and it's actually disgusting. Next, I go in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Whipped Matte Makeup. Now, this comes out very obviously whipped, the consistency, and it's like super easy for it to fall off your face. So just, if you're using this, be careful because if you don't have anything protecting your clothes, it will get on your clothes and make a mess. This is the product that I use. You hear that? This is the consistency of it. I take a little on my brush and then I just kind of just put this lightly all over my face. This just gives my skin an even tone, and then I put my foundation on top of that so my foundation looks even better over this. And it really does a good job at covering like dark spots, hyperpigmentation, stuff like that. So yes, this looks crazy, but we're going to take our handy dandy beauty blender and we're going to start blending. So let's go. Now you can put as much as this product you want on. Like I put enough to cover like my blemishes, but you can put as much as you want on. It's all about preference. There's like no right amount. Once you have this blended out to your liking, we can move on to the next step. Next step I'd like to do, and this is optional, but I like to go in with my orange corrector by LA Girl and kind of correct these dark spots that I have in my hyperpigmentation. I use the LA Girl Pro color corrector in the shade orange, and for me I just honestly just put this all over my face. Like I put it here, kind of try to like contour my nose a little bit, kind of gives it the shape that I want. So next I go in and kind of put this on darker spots that I want to be covered up even more, and I'll blend it out. So for blending, I like to take the Moda Pro BMX 430 crease brush. These brushes are really good and they're super affordable. Probably my go-to blending brushes because they blend so seamlessly. So I usually just start tapping and then just dragging it out all over. We have it blended out. We can just blend this out because we're going to put our foundation on top soon. Right after this is up into your liking. If you don't want to add the orange corrector, that's okay. You don't have to do that. Everything looks good. So we're going to go in with our foundation. You can use any foundation that you like. I am going in with the NARS Caracas. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Medium to deep 3.3. This is the soft matte. This is not the natural radiant foundation. I tried the natural radiant foundation by NARS. It was good. It definitely was good. But for some reason, I really like this foundation because it really gives me that matte look. Because my skin is naturally really oily. So I feel like this really dries down to like a specific type of texture that I really love in my foundation. I also have been using the Mario brand foundation, and that is also good too. That gives you skin-like, literally skin-like foundation, and it's actually good for your skin as well. I kind of do this foundation, and sometimes if I'm feeling Mario, I'll do that one. You're going to put your foundation on like you normally would, and then we're going to blend out, and then I'll show you my blush, contour, and highlighter steps that I do, and that's my base. Let's blend this out like we did in the previous ones, and then we're going to contour next. I look so crazy. Beauty does not need to be pain. It does not need to be pain. Remember that. To contour my face, I'm going to be using the cream Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in shade Chocolate 06. Contour my nose like this, and then I'll go in with my powder bronzer and contour. I'm going to be using an angle brush to kind of sculpt the outline that I want for my contour. I like my contour to be super like skinny, obviously, but love your natural noses too because they're cute. For this, I'm starting wherever I want the contour to like end, and I'm just lightly just tapping it. And try to make this as straight as possible so that way your contour is good. Okay. Tap, tap. And then I bring it up. Bring it towards my eyebrow. And then when I'm done, I kind of just go like this. I'm going to try to diffuse it while I'm at it. Is basically how I outline my nose, and I'm gonna do it to the other side as well. Kind of clean it up. I use like kind of a fluffy brush, like it's clean, and I just tap that down. I drag it down so that way it kind of diffuses into the foundation that I just put on. A cleaner finish. So then I go in with these Juvia's Place bronzers and kind of warm up my contour that I did on my nose. I kind of used a dark shade of brown on the very like edge of it, so like this. I use a dark brown on the edge of the outline, and then as I gradually work my way from here, like this, from here to here, I start using lighter colors so that way it can diffuse into the foundation. Lighter shades, and start blending out that harsh brown that I just put on, and it should come together. That lighter brown and kind of like blending it with the darker brown that we were just using. All the way up. Light brown, and I'm just blending it till I get the desired shape that I want out of this contour. I do put concealer in the middle to kind of clean it up. If you like it like this, you can stop right here and this will be it. I put some concealer in the middle here. It kind of enhances the contour. I'll take a beauty blender and kind of squeeze it and just blend that out. This is something you can also play with. Then I'm taking a lighter brown again, and I'm kind of diffusing the area. I'm even going on top of the concealer I just put there and kind of just letting it blend it out for itself. And it's kind of giving a natural finish. Used to do liquid, but I feel like I have better control and it blends better in my skin if I just use powder. So I'm going to be using the same palettes that I used to contour my face. For here, I like to start darker up here and then make my way lighter down, so that way it kind of can match this area of my face. I don't go too crazy. I don't go too dark. I just use the dark Juvia's Place palette. And I start with the dark and I just work my way up with this light one. Sometimes I do use the other Juvia's palette if I want to add more warmth, but this palette usually does the trick. So then I just honestly just start up here, and I like this I like the powder because I have more control, whereas liquid, if you like mess up, it's like very noticeable. Whereas powder, I would have to add layer and layer and layer on, and most likely that'll mess up my makeup, but it usually works out for me. So next I'm adding my e.l.f. concealer to just places I want to brighten. So like under here, I just usually go like this. It helps with that contour that I just did. So if you really want to snatch that nose, you're really going to want to use a concealer to kind of clean it up. So blend that out. What I really love about e.l.f. products, especially their concealers, super easy to blend. Super easy to blend. So next I'm gonna bake, kind of taking a darker setting powder and just laying it where I want it, and I kind of also follow the outline as well. I also bake under here. I'm gonna wipe away the excess powder, and then we can get started on the blush and highlighter. Now we're gonna do our blush. I'm using the Mora Signature Ombre Blusher in shade 05 Orange Blossom. Isn't she beautiful? She's just so stunning. I am in love. I then am going in with the Mora Lucky Charm blush in shade 07 Morose. I already put a little bit up there, you can kind of see it, but she's so pretty in regards to the orange one. But that's the blush I put on, and it just gives me this warm tone on each side. So we are going to be going in with my favorite pigment in the entire world. It is Spell on You by P. Louise, and let me just show you. It's a loose pigment, the product on the brush, and spray the brush again, so that way it's very like saturated. So watch this. Like, I'm actually super excited. I'm just so excited. You see that? Oh my gosh, right? And I just literally put her right here. And I literally just bought a new one of these because I don't think I could actually live without this. And I use this in all of my looks. This is literally my favorite highlighting pigment, or pigment I use to highlight my face. And I just put it there, and oh my, it's snatched. To kind of like end my base routine, I put little fake freckles. Also, don't forget to follow my TikTok and my Instagram. My TikTok has a lot of the videos that I don't put on here. It has transition, it has makeup tips. So if you're interested in seeing what content that I can produce, make sure you check out my TikTok especially. My Instagram has the products that I use for each look, and it just has the pictures that I've taken with them. So, love you.